Still matters politics. Leader of majority in the National Assembly, Aden Duale, says the 12th Parliament will play a major role in implementing key institutional reforms ahead of the 2022 general election. Duale spoke during a meeting with U.S. Ambassador to Kenya, Robert Godek, who reiterated U.S. government support for a national dialogue on institutional reforms that will foster democracy and national unity. The ambassador also said his government will support President Uhuru Kenyatta's 4 key pillars during his second and last term in office.
On Tuesday, U.S. Ambassador to Kenya Robert Godek held separate meetings with the leader of minority in the National Assembly, John Mbadi, and his counterpart in the Senate, Moses Wetangula. The envoy failed to convince NASA's parliamentary leadership to stop the January 30th planned swearing-in of Raila Odinga as the people's president and Kalonzo Musyoka as his deputy following the disputed repeat presidential election. The opposition wants talks on electoral justice and other institutional reforms.
As far as we are concerned as NASA, there were no elections on 26th of October. We still want to have elections.
Come Friday, Godek held talks with the leader of majority in the National Assembly, Aden Duale. He says the U.S. government is keen to have Parliament pass the Computer and Cyber Crimes Bill 2017. With the terms of office of majority of independent constitutional office holders coming to an end between this year and 2021, and with Parliament having fully constituted its committees, Duale appears to agree Parliament would engineer institutional reforms ahead of the next general election.
Parliament will play a key role in the recruitment of the vetting of the DPP. Parliament is going to play a key role in replacing the men and women who will sit in the Sarah Serem Commission. Parliament will fast track on the Gender Commission. So when the National Human Rights Commission term will be over, maybe 2019, 2020, the current Chief Justice term is coming to an end in 2020. The office of the Auditor General will become vacant in the next 2-3 years.
And I expressed to you the strong U.S. support for having that conversation as we go into 2018. There are issues that clearly emerged out of the last election, and there is an opportunity, I think, whether it's around strengthening institutions, strengthening devolution, improving governance, dealing with corruption, dealing with the issue of security sector.
The opposition has identified 5 irreducible minimums for the national dialogue. They include fixing the electoral system, reforming the executive, strengthening the judiciary, reforming the security sector, and strengthening devolution. The government will soon introduce bills in Parliament to actualize President Uhuru Kenyatta's 4 key pillars that will define his legacy.
NHIF Act will be looked at in terms of the universal health care. There will be a new amendments to the housing legislation which are currently in place. On manufacturing, the National Treasury and the Minister for Industrialization will look at the whole of manufacturing.
Obviously, the United States wants to work with the government and people of Kenya on the major projects and the things which we've been doing together in healthcare and education, agriculture, many different areas.
Lawmakers are also expected to pass the Energy Bill and the 2/3 Gender Bill.
Thank you very much.
Patrick Amimo, KTN News.